So welcome to On the Grind, Part 5, series where I've started afresh in ETS2, and remember, the end of, start that again. Good evening and welcome to the stream. So if you've watched Part 4, even, or if you haven't, so this is Part 5, so profile I started afresh in ETS2 with to grind out, so show you basically nearly all aspects currently available in the game. Now, I'm still on version 1.35, and the 1.36 beta hasn't dropped yet as far as I know, so at the end of the part 4 in the video, we dropped the load off in Amsterdam, and that is where I did select another load to go over to Corsair in Poland, and it's part of Jazzycat's railway cargo pack. So let this journey begin. The truck is still the Renault T. It's the 380 engine one, and I'm on the 4x2 extra tank in it. So I'll see what little bits I can show you. If anybody wants to know anything about all aspects of the game, please put it in chat, and I'll try and answer you best I can. So I'll just pop up today's route for you. See, we're in Amsterdam. There's a link to the mods in the description, most of what I'm using. So to Amsterdam, then we'll be travelling across Germany, the north of Berlin, and then we'll be going up into Cezanne, and I've put the waypoints in to cover the discoverables there. So I have about 456 miles to go. I do have the fatigue and the fines switched on. Be as realistic as what we can. So start and
turn left.
Don't be shy and say hello, otherwise I won't know who is watching me at the moment. That's all. So, and I think I made a hash of when I described retarders at the end of the previous video, so but I did put a link in that one to the site where we'll tell you all about them. So thank you for spending time with me, watching some of this stream. I do occasionally look over at the chat, so continue to show all aspects of this game and nearly all of the jobs as I do them. So and you'll be demonstrating the same things a couple of times in the game, and that has to crop up. So see, as you've seen there on the map, I did put waypoints in near the points where I wanted to pass. So see, to pick up the question marks in the map, which are either recruitment agencies or truck dealers. The larger truck dealers always have a red spanner with them, but there's a lot of smaller truck dealers in ATS as well, so that in mind. Today's load is a dry cyan, which must be used in the railway industry, and it weighs 15 tons, and need to take a break just before 8 PM game time, so I think around them. So I might do this journey another one after this, I don't know, depends what I feel like. That's jolly nice of the AI letting you out, but I am using a traffic mod as well, SIF's realistic traffic density mod. And I have put it on adaptive auto transmission. I'll put it in the eco mode, so that. Also, if you could let me know what the sound and the stream quality is like, that would be appreciated as well. So just come across a petrol pump symbol there and a bed, so that's obviously where you can fuel up and rest. Bed there, but I'll cover those more later because I'll be needing to use one of those in this job. So I'll just set my cruise at 51 miles per hour. That's near enough the speed limit, so no, I did a similar series in ATS, Idiot's Guide, that went through most of the different aspects of the game, and I did eventually get that profile up to completion, but the map isn't as big in that, or as many garages ownable. But after I bought the first 5 garages, then I'll be able to buy them online anywhere within the map, even if I haven't been there, and same as I have to own more than 5 of my own trucks before I can buy them online.
Keep
but
left and then continue
then I'll be able to
straight
show you both methods of buying trucks online and at the dealers.
Go straight on.
And also customization on them and how you can basically set a truck up once of that make and model, and then you can just buy the same configuration over again, not like it used to be that you used to have to do it each time you wanted to buy a separate batch of trucks, which is quite handy really. So but some of these journeys will be long and probably boring for a lot of people who's watching, but they're not. Now, I aren't using a majorly change in graphics mod, but I am using the No Bloom add-on, which is available on the workshop, which just lessens the effect of the HDR bloom within the game, so it shouldn't get too saturated, or the light shouldn't flare too much when against them. But what's been happening World of Truck Sims last couple of days, well, it's been announced today that if you own a Vive la France, when they release version 1.36, you'll be getting Corsica add-on to Vive la France free, just like they did with Sardinia and the Italia DLC. And also yesterday the 1.36 open beta became available for ATS, and both new versions of the game, when they're released, will be DirectX 11 only, because they're dropping the support for DirectX 9. But if you're an older machine that isn't capable of running DX11, I believe you'll be able to still use the OpenGL settings. So, and in ATS there's going to be new ownable trailers as well in that, and they've reworked a couple of cities in it, and Also, though they're not marked on the map where they are, I've seen 1-2 videos of people trying it out, and there's got to be international truck dealers in there. So that means we'll be getting
Go straight
international
on.
trucks at some point. Whether they drop with the new update or not, we don't know, but it's could be a good sign that they are actually getting close to doing that. And I haven't seen a change log yet for ETS2, so I'll tell you though. Say, I don't tend to run the open betas or the beta version, so I normally wait till they're fully released. And but if you do the Pink Ribbons event in ATS and you do switch over to 1.36, you won't be able to log the jobs on that. So something I've seen that if you use a profile on 1.36, you won't be able to revert it back to 1.35 due to some changes that they're making in the save game side of things. So, but I watched some of AYS's amazing stream last night, and he was saying through some of the changes. Full Tilt Gaming's got a good explanation on the changes in ATS that's coming, and also Wombat Chucker has as well, so they are maybe worth your while checking out at some point. But if you keep an eye out on the blogs and the forums and things, you still get to find out. So normally an open beta gets released a couple of weeks before they go to the full version, but it depends how many bugs people find that they do have to iron out. Good evening, gaming guitar guy, and how are you this evening? So it's just waffling on about some of the changes that's coming into ATS. And if we went over one change I know about for ETS2 as well, because it's been announced today that they're doing, if you own Vive La France, they're doing Corsica as a free add-on like they did with Sardinia and the Italia DLC. Yeah, it's good to hear that you're okay. Just thought I'd come on to a couple of jobs on this profile that I'm actually starting from scratch, so I think I've done. So I did quick jobs up till I had about 69,000 euros. I took the €100,000 loan out and used it to put some light customization on this truck, and so get me started. So not, but it's still a T80 high normal roof one.
Keep right, and then turn
And
right.
driving it 12 speed rail automatic, because that's what it would be in real life.
Turn right.
To be as fairly realistic as possible, so I am using one or two mods, but nothing majorly game changing. Jazzy Cat's trailer and cargo pack I'm using, and the traffic density mod. No bloom add-on on the graphics. Small top corner mirrors. Mirror visor top bar. Using a Piva dash in the truck, and Lane's latest version of the sounds for this truck 2.1. Links for them are in the description. As well. And I'm carrying some form of a railway load here. I have Jazzy Cat railway and cargo pack, as well as a military cargo pack in, so as well. And I mean, by just driving past the question marks often discovers them, and in that case it was, we've discovered another Volvo dealer. So,
Go
of
straight on.
course you can. I'll put it onto number 2 cam for you. We've got just the basic 4x2 Renault, extra tank. For now. Got the other side for you. There, so yeah, the truck is actually bright red, but it may look a bit orange on stream. I believe it could be. It's J-Sign or whatever one of those is. Here. Or if you probably haven't worked out using traffic density mod as well. Well, yeah, I know it's part of the railway cargo pack, that's all I know about these.
Exit now.
Yeah, it could be a cable car, it could be something that they used to actually do the overhead cables on the electric railways. Actually too sure where it is. So, if you watched the previous part of this, you'll have seen me do the first job in the truck, which was from Felixstowe over to Amsterdam, and I had a 33-ton load, I believe it was. That was a military implement. Yeah, you always get them, and SCS, no matter what they do, won't sort it out, and traffic density mods don't alleviate the idiot AIs either. This game, so yeah, I've gyro rail automatic with the adaptives on economy, so if I put my foot hard down, the revs go sky high in it, so that mile/an-hour speed limit, so I don't want to get a speeding ticket. Yeah, I'm sure you've come across plenty of these gaming guitar guy when you've played this game. So, 319 miles to go, but I will be needing to take a rest before we reach destination, so some lights on so they're ready, because it's starting to come in evening here. Yeah. Well, it must be something to do with the algorithms and things that they use that I don't suppose they'll be able to alter the behaviour of them. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean by that gaming guitar. It's still a bit like Wild West on there. What I've seen people stream with it, so on Sim 1. On there, it's more a case of if you don't hit somebody, it isn't long before you'll get hit on that server, especially in certain areas on it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they should maybe. They shouldn't allow cars for everybody on that road. So say there's a large convoy, maybe allow concession for there to be a couple of escorts with them, but it's a trucking sim. If they want to race cars, there's plenty of other car racing games they can use, and
Turn left.
remember that the principle of the game is a trucking simulator, not bloody demolition derby, car racing or whatever, Wreckfest or whatever games I sometimes think they're playing. Yeah, we have incurred a good few millions worth of truck damage on that road on the busiest server, so I won't go on that server anymore. Right, I've had more trucks written off than enough. And that was before they put the Y/fix in, so... on that. Yeah, that's it, like, so on there, if you advertise that you're streaming on YouTube or Twitch or recording, it makes them even worse, or certain VTCs used to attract the trolls as well. If you had their name in the tag, so... Is it like, so... Have you... don't know if I've asked you before. Have you actually tried one of these Renaults yet? Because they're rather nicely modelled and they're nice to drive actually. These. They're not bad at all. It seems that the... yeah, well, I say it's each to their own, so I haven't done much lately on multiplayer on my own. I've always been in a convoy, and then we tend to use Sim 2 because it's a lot quieter for if there's a few of us, so... also it's never as busy, so there's more chance of us getting on. Yeah, and what do you think of it? I've done about 8,000 miles in the one I've been using in convoys on multiplayer, and that ain't too bad. They're a lot better model truck and a lot better to drive than the MAN E6. Yeah. They want to do, but you know what? Truckers MP admin don't half want to start clamping down on the idiots in Sim 1 because they brought the arcade server out for them, and so they want to start clamping down and enforcing the rules a bit. So check my rest time there, still have 3/4 of an hour, so be needing to look for somewhere soon to rest. Yeah. You've heard people say about these Renault T's that they sound awful, they haven't got any power and what have you, but they're no worse on power than what any equivalent engine sized trucks is, so... yeah, wait, something for you there. It's probably... right, these won't set the world alight, but then again, there's... like, Scanias are okay, but they're actually... I know you drive one here, so you might not agree with this, but Scanias tend to get overhyped to actually seem a lot better than what they actually are, but in reality they're no better than the Dapper of Volvo, so... you know, I've driven a good mix of the trucks in the game, so... oh. same as a lot of people with Scanias think, oh, you have to go for the big V8, the 730. You don't. Right. That one nearly got wrong. I forgot it's automatic. It changed down manually then. Right. Yeah, a lot of people just go say, oh wait, you need 730 Scania because the best. You don't. You know, the 520 V8 and the 650 V8 in them, or 620. I'll pull just as much, just as quick as what the big one will, so. But yeah, Scanias are expensive. But if you don't say this right, if you look at them on level of customization for them, if you don't have the mighty gripping pack, they've got no more or no less customization than any other truck. It's only like the tuning pack that makes them look fancy. So
Rerouting. Okay, let's find a new route.
So I'm just going to take a night's rest. Somehow. I think I've just fucked up actually where the parking is. Or have I don't think it... So I'm going to cheat a bit here.
I'll find a new route.
I know that's cheating, but I haven't got time to go to another one. At all. So we'll just rest here for the night and we'll be back. Yeah, I bet you could heavy haul just as much in that 580 as what a 730 will. Because I've used the DAF 510 and the 530s for heavy haul and had no problems. I've heavy hauled with some of the low powered engine ones as well. The DAF 370 is a good strong engine. If you know how to work it out to get the best out of them with a multi-torque in them, you know. So yeah. I don't do things like that very often anyway. It worked out that there wasn't an invisible wall there, luckily. So yeah, I know that's one thing a lot of people are surprised by. What? This was before I started doing videos and pushing them and that, but I have done all the special transport loads in Australia's 310 horsepower. But admittedly, I put the 16-speed gearbox in it and that managed most of them fine. But I've never tried doing a train with one that isn't a special transport load, so and if all any of the Idiot's Guide videos done on ATS, that truck's only a 370 10 speed and it's managed nearly everything thrown at it, so Do you actually find though that you get more sense of achievement and enjoyment with doing it with a low powered truck than what you do with a high powered one? Because that's what I find. Knowledge that you're knowing that you've done it, you make like a little challenge to set yourself, so your stuff. There. As well. Yeah. I mean, so people say, oh, you need the biggest to do it. I bet they've never even tried doing them in a little one. It's times gets all too easy in a big truck. Because just basically sit there, put your foot to the floor, and if they're in automatic you don't have to think about the gears, but if you drive manually you do have to sort of have some knowledge of what gear to use when with them. But and it's a long time since I've driven automatics in this game, so I thought I'd have a change and see if they've improved the boxes, which they're still not that quick shifting even in any truck really, so yeah, that's it. Like now right, Liz, I'm not knocking anybody who does this, but how many of them will be actually on profiles that they started from the beginning with and not just downloaded or put money cheats and XP cheats in them to get them to the high level? The profiles I use in MP, I've ground them out and earned all that money myself and garages and stuff, so I'm never cheated on those profiles. So you want to try out like new map expansions and things that go onto the normal map, I may clone a profile to start me off, but I still haven't technically cheated because I've had to do the work in the first place for it without getting cheats in. Alright, so if you know what I mean by that. Yeah, wait. I know there's ways and means of putting money on a profile without having to cheat in any way. You can actually alter it and do one of the game files, so I've seen it done. That. So yeah, but because if Chucker's MP went into enough depth with it, though, oh, he's on a certain level, he has so much money that's not possible. Read profiles out a little bit.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Because if they only allow straight profiles on there, once people
right.
smash up enough times and haven't got the money, then they'll have to start a new profile off, not just do what they've been doing. really. Here's some oddball camera shots. That horn is part of the sound mod I've got in, so
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
so as you approach these donuts, it's best just to slow down and come up them nice and gently and not too fast. Otherwise you'll risk of rubbing the barriers or flipping over, as I've been known to do before, plenty of times. So we're using body profiles and XP. I don't necessarily disagree with it because I know people do it, but it's when they're blatantly using it to like cheat and go like ramming and things with that, it becomes a problem. Yeah, well, I'll try to tell a safest way to do it. Yes, I could have gunned it, but with some of the bigger chassis you can get away with it on some trucks, but on the 4x2s you sort of have to take it a little bit more gentle, because they haven't got the weight or quite the same traction as what the big chassis have at the back end, I found. So because the fact is, if you go too mad in these, you end up lifting your front wheels off, and once you do that you can't steer. Yeah, wait, that's best way if you earn it yourself. At least then you're more prone to do things fairly sensibly, because it doesn't matter if you've got a profile with billions in the bank, you can do what you want, but when you don't do that, you tend to drive more safely and things, so, and then you can build your own money up. So I know some people like have employees and trucks, other trucks and that in the games, but I don't. It's just what trucks I use, and myself as only driver, but everybody plays this game slightly differently in their own ways, because there's no one set way to play it either, is there? Yeah, wait. I tried FS17, but wasn't that good at it, so I give up trying with that game for now. So we're quite nearing our destination now. Yeah, so, and if you're expecting to see Greed going a zillion miles an hour, you'll be disappointed. Because I try and drive within the speed limits as much as I can. So,
Keep right.
yeah, let's say I don't have a FS19,
At the
so
roundabout, take the first exit.
I won't actually know what mods are and aren't available for that, so...
Exit now. Get ready to turn left.
In about the first €100,000 I earn on this
Turn
profile, I
left.
will be paying a loan back, so... which will probably take me 1 or 2 more jobs yet to be able to do that, and then I'll start working my way up to expand the company as well.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
And the real company logo pack I'm using is by Shumi.
Get ready to turn left.
That's why some of the company names look... that's why the company names look different to what's in the standard game
Turn left.
and things, so...
Keep left and then turn left. Turn left.
SCS, there's plenty of bus stations around the map, and with each new expansion they keep putting them in as well, but so far haven't got them in. Hey, good evening, Jack, and how are you this evening? So, probably would make a bit of money if they like enable like you to
Okay, let's
have
find
a
a new
bus
route.
DLC or something like that in this game. Make it more interesting, because the bus stations and things are already in to do it, so I know I can do it with mods, but I haven't found a decent passenger mod yet that would be realistic for it. So just drop this load up here. Yeah, I'm not bad. Right, if you go on to part 4 of this series, Jack, I did try and explain retarders rather badly, but I did put a web link on there. So, the site where I found the information about retarders and engine brakes from. So, you know, I said we're going to start building up some ADR points now, so in there, and we'll start and crack on with the next job when they're loading. So, click on the arrow where you are, which is blue triangle, will tell you exactly, and then you click on whichever load you want. So, looks like we'll be going back into Germany because I'm set up on price per distance, and we're taking another one of the railway cargo pack, a rail load. So we'll take that one, 237 miles.
Let's do this.
And we'll just have to drive over the trailer symbol. The job is actually here. Freight market again, and then we'll take that and just go and hook onto it, which is that load there. I'll bring the map up to show the route when we get hooked up.
Time to get the job done.
So, I'll give you a look at the truck and things there. So you can't see it in this light, but just say T380, so right, so I'll bring the map up now. So you're in, says the CNR where, or however you pronounce it. So we're going basically where we came, and then we're going up the 24 into Hamburg, Germany. A couple of one up there, then it's actually still the discoverables.
Let's do this.
So we'll work that one out later. I don't own many games actually. I own ETS2 and ATS. I've got a very old version of Car Mechanic Simulator, 2015.
Turn right.
Of FS19. And Race
Turn
Room,
right.
but I've only recently downloaded Race Room, and I'm still getting used to the car's handlings and things on that, so it'll be a while before I can stream or race anybody with that. I'll tell you the way to this load when I can. I'm on a straight bit of road here, so this load weighs 23 tons. So
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
we're taking a railway carriage or part of a DMU. So the railway loads are coming via Jazzy Catch Railway and Cargo Pack. I do have the military one installed as well as the trailers and cargo pack itself, so I haven't got any of his AI traffic mods in as such. It's just what's coming as part of the packs that I've got in what you're seeing around. So just crossing back over into Germany now, so we go. I do have my parking difficulty set on random, so I don't know when we drop off if it's going to be an easy park or a difficult park. So Jack, if you're still watching, what have you been up to today? Oh, anybody? Please say hi and let me know that you're watching if you haven't done so already. If you are watching, if you haven't already subscribed, please feel free to do. Ring the bell for notifications. Share this out on your social medias as you see fit. Please, it would be appreciated, because I'm fairly new to this and I haven't got many subscribers. Well, I think I have 50 at last check, but it might reduce now, you never know. Day and age, so brief recap about what this profile is about. It's started afresh, so I'll through all the elements in the game as I go, either on live streams or in videos, so you'll see nearly, I'm aiming to show you every job I do, but that may not be all as possible, but regular updates. So this I can customize later on. I'll be adding more customization to the truck, and as we go along and the levels allow it to do so, but I will not be changing the engine or the gearbox in this truck, so it'll be staying at a 380 12 speed with retarder all the way through, to prove that you can do it with a low powered truck, an entry level one, which this is. So 4.5 hours it reckons will take, and we've got just over 5 to deliver it, so we're delivering it and then having to take a break once I drop it off, if I can get out of here at a reasonable time. That noise just heard there, it's just gone 12 o'clock in game time. That is a loan payment coming off for the loan, so trying not to bury my foot as much as I can, because it is on the eco setting of the auto, and try and get as many miles as I can per tank full. Of the truck, so I think this is the third job I've done with this truck. The previous jobs to this were all done in the quick job, so if you're still watching and you weren't aware that one thing that's coming into the 1.36 version of ATS2 when it gets released is doing a free add-on for Vive la France, and that is Corsica. So if you own Vive la France, you'll be getting Corsica as well, like what they did when they released 1.35 and they gave us Sardinia. As part of the DLC. But if you expect next excitement in these streams, you won't get it, I'm afraid. So I'm trying to drive as realistically as possible, so I don't want the fines on and the fatigue switched on, but hopefully don't pick up too many of those as we go. So oh no, my driving isn't perfect, so I won't go fine free every journey, but try and do as much as I can without hitting anything or occurring too many fines. That's my own fault, so but do often occur them as well that aren't your fault, but if you play this game regularly you'll know what I mean. So and so far I haven't seen a date or anything that ATS2 1.36 open beta when that's going to become available, because yesterday without warning they dropped the 1.36 for ATS open beta, so that is going direct X11 only, so they're dropping the support for DX9. If anybody's an older machine that will not run DX11,
Keep right,
you have the
exit
option
right.
to run it in OpenGL, and that
Exit
allow them to
right.
make like several graphical changes in up and coming versions and things and that. So as for new trucks of the game, I don't know when they'll next be released, but the 1.36 betas, what I've seen are people streaming it. There's a couple of reworked cities in it, and also there's some international dealers as well, but they are not marked on the map as in the betas, but they will become available when it looks like we're going to get an international truck, but I don't know if that's going to be in the full 1.36 or they'll wait till later on and release it. But the trucks are classed as free DLC in ATS anyway, if you didn't know. So, but at the moment I'm driving the newest truck in either game what ATS has, what SCS has dropped, and it's a Renault T, and they are actually quite a nice truck. They're easy enough to drive and things, and so, but I am running a Peaver Dash mod, the night one. But what the difference between night and day one is, I don't know. That one, because I'm never in the day one yet. And I'm using Lean's sound mod for this, the 2.1, which is the latest one he did for these. Apart from that, everything in the truck and on the truck is part of the truck itself, or official DLCs like the Michelin pack and Goodyear pack I have enabled. So yeah, good evening Oddball, and how are you this evening? Just thought I had a couple of hours to spare that I'd come on and do a bit of single player on a profile I'm building up on the vanilla map, so you're quite welcome. And I've got on a railway carriage or part of a DMU, so I'll give you a quick look on 8cam now. It's coming up straight there. So cheers Oddball, cheers for that. It is actually, it's part of Jazzy Cat's military, railway cargo pack. This previous load to this was like, I don't know if it was a cable car or part of a railway equipment, because it looked like a cable car, but it had a big tall thing on the end that looked like it was either a working platform or some type of pantograph method. So fairly early on in this profile, because I did some quick jobs till I had about 68,000 euros, then took €100,000 loan out and I bought this truck. So but all the jobs are either on video or on live stream, so what's going on? It's sort of it's an extended idiot's guide type of profile where I'm explaining things as I go, as I come across them. So I'm gonna try and keep this truck all the way through if I can to profile completion. So, but I'm able to film every job or nearly every job, so but that might make the series too long and people might get bored of it. So left says Ian, in I think it's pronounced in Poland, and make my way over to Hamburg, and I've got 30 something miles left now.
Keep left.
The truck is the entry level Renault T. It's got 380 horsepower. Put a retarder gearbox on it, and it's in one default paint skins, which is a red one for it, and spotlight bar and spotlights, but that's it. I'll maybe add beacons later, and it's on the 4x2 extra tank, which the extra tank gives about 400 more litres of fuel capacity, I believe. In it. So yeah, I don't know if Jack's still there, oddball. Gaming guitar guy, he was in earlier. Chat with him, so
Keep right, and then exit right.
So we're coming up to another tight junction here,
Exit
so we slowed
right.
down, and it has got a speed limit on as well, so take it nice and calmly round. Here.
Get ready to turn left.
I think so.
Turn left.
So how's your day been then, oddball? Have you been up to much today, or no?
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
I may switch over to driving this truck manually, because the automatic gearbox is tucking me head in at the moment. But I'll persevere for a while. I'm using Phoebus custom dash, so the displays are a bit different to the default ones, but the dial set's the same as the default. Yeah, cheers, oddball. So for that, it's just ad hoc streams this, but I've come up with a convoy schedule so that if people are actually around, then join me, you know. So right, if you're watching, starting this Sunday at 1 PM in the UK, I shall be doing a convoy in ATS. The starting city will be Wenatchee, which is in Washington, at the Red Spanner at 1 o'clock, and be using the simulation server that's for the EU, not the USA one, and then I'll be doing a ETS2 convoy Wednesday evenings, starting at around 7 PM from Oslo in Norway, Red Spanner. So all's welcome. The your nice, chilled, relaxed drives and try and stick within the speed limits and things. So it's coming up on channel. Yeah, I know you did. I had to check the Wenatchee spelling, and then I realised I'd missed an N out in convoy, so for you. On that one. And hopefully I'll be making those regular each week from those places, but if there's any changes to that, I shall post in Oddballs Discord, Ray Sims Discord, Country Girls, well,
Keep right,
Ice
and then
know,
turn right.
and also in my own Discord, if the link is working on that one.
Get ready.
Yeah,
To turn
I have
right.
Oddball. Yeah, it's just that is why I
Turn
put
right.
the non-USA one so that Ice and that would know that it isn't the American one to use. So, just about to deliver this cargo now.
Recomputing.
And that sometimes happens when you bray them on the barriers and the fence posts, bringing them in. So I shall attempt to reverse this one, probably badly. It's a long trailer. And if you're wondering why the drop-offs look a bit different, well, that's Shumi's rail company logos, and also I've got his company add-on in, which there's links for in the description, I believe. So I just add a bit more realism to the game. So we'll get this in the hole in a minute, like the actress said to the bishop. Right, so right. Oh. Yeah, so if you're on the default game with this default company, you will not be able to do this here, but I'm going to do something here that is possible with the company add-on. I believe I've never tried this myself yet to take a rest in one of these places, so if it doesn't trigger, it doesn't trigger. It has, so take a rest here, sleep there. So right, so we woke up now, it's 9 hours later. See what jobs we can get from here. I haven't connected the profile yet, so click on the blue triangle because that's where we are. Then we see what Oddball would like me to take. So go to Stuttgart, Malmo, Gdansk, Katowice, Odense, Munich, Prague, Karlskrona, Liège, Dortmund, or Osnabrück, or Allerborg. So. you want me to go back to Poland? So do you want me to go to back over to do you want me to go to Gdansk with the Caterpillar? Yeah, okay. Right then, I've got that job.
Drive safe.
So just on our way now to pick it up. Yeah, I'm not bad with it, oddball. Didn't know. I've seen announcement today that they're
Keep
actually
right, and then turn right.
giving us add-on free
Turn right.
with Vive la France there, because they're putting Corsica as like free, like they did with Sardinia as well when they finally released the 1.36 for this game. So yeah, seen a few people do some streams videos last night and this morning about the open beta for ATS as well, and some of the things changes that's coming in that.
Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
So no, I won't be running betas till
Turn left.
at all. So right, so as I said before, so as you approach your business, you'll see a trailer symbol here.
It's all over
You're on
now.
the freight market, so you just drive up to it, stop on it, and then you press enter, and then it brings a list of jobs up for that business there. So we are taking the Caterpillar TH514C over to Gdansk in Poland. It looks like it could be a construction type of goods. So I'll try not to make a hash of it. So I just put it into neutral, put the handbrake on,
Okay,
and
here we go.
then I'll load up. So I'll map up here and show you the route of this journey. So we're going to be leaving Hamburg, it's there, going back across the 24, back to the north of Berlin, then we'll be going on to the 11, and through Cezasien, or however I might pronounce that wrong. Then we'll be taking a road here, up through some tolls, because there's tolls in Poland, and dropping off just outside Gdansk, which is a port town, so as well. So yeah, I'll pull forward and then I'll give you a quick spin around the outside of the load. If you can see in this light. Oh, well, it's just still there. So I know it's night time and I can't help that. So that is what we're taking. It looks like it's a form of high reach, like platform thing with forks on for moving pallets or bales or things that will require the forks on. So we haven't got a beacon on the back, so we'll start this journey now. Yeah, it's a forklift,
Turn
but
right.
I don't know that it would be used in farming industry or construction or things. So
Get ready to turn right.
and this is part of Jazzy
Turn
Cat's
right.
trailer and cargo pack. So there's a good variety of different types of loads in that cargo pack is. It does have already built into it the oversized and overweight cargoes as well, but if you just want the bigger, more awkward cargoes, you can actually download that as a separate mod if you wish. No, you can't. If you've got the trailer and cargo pack in, you can't use the oversized overweight one with it because it's already built in, but if you just want to use those elements separate, you'd have to download the separate mod for it. But there's good explanation and things on all Jazzy Cat's trailer and cargo packs and things and AI packs for both of the games on his website.
Keep left and then turn left.
Yeah, I hope I
Turn
explained
left.
that best I could there. But they're compatible with all his AI traffic packs and things, so yeah, I think adds a lot more to the game as well, because you see a lot of different cargo driving about rather than just the same company logos and things in the game. And
Keep right.
you're not
and
all
then
stuck
turn
with
right.
the same like three types of box trailer, the reefers, the insulated, and then same flatbeds and
Turn
low
right.
beds. There's quite a few different trailers that you can take with goods on, and they are not, none of them are ownable. So I believe he does a couple of ownable trailer mods if you check those out, if they're still compatible. Again. So, yeah. Thank you all for spending some time to watch your stream with me. Please feel free to share it out on your social media. Feel free to like this video, and if you subscribe, is ring the bell so you get more notifications for when I go live or upload some videos next. Now, our channel is all about ATS and ETS2, so I don't have any other game videos on there at the moment, but in future I may change that, but that's what primarily this channel is for. And
Keep right.
should be
and
a
then
link
exit
in the
right.
description for my Discord, which has newly been set up
Exit
for you,
right.
that you're free to join. And there's also a link in there to the Road Warriors VTC, which actually I do drive for, but it's run by a fellow streamer, and that's Mr. Ace Sim. It's the Road Warriors. Now, to join that, you do have to be over 16 and do a minimum of 1,000 miles per month in ATS and 1,000 miles a month in ATS. But if you only have one of the games, if you let Ray know via his Facebook group or his Discord, the requirement's 2,000 miles. So like his Discord members, we do quite often convoys. Some stream, some aren't, but they're all as friendly and relaxed. together and just have a nice drive and things. So feel free to join that. We're only small, we don't have many members of the BTC, so, and there's often somebody from the BTC around or that can help you, with any problems or anything you may be having with the games or things like that. Right, well, I set it up and then I was struggling with a lot of things, so it's off-key's done quite a bit on it and Ray's done quite a bit on like setting up the rooms and things like that on it, so it's been a joint effort. Really, so now I'll admit I think I've put a link to all the mods I'm using at present in there, but if I've missed any off, I will add the links into the next video stream's description that I do on this profile. Yeah, thanks Oddball, it's just I was struggling to even get started with it, so I just did the first one and then like they've done a lot of the rest for me, so with their handiwork. And Oddball, feel free to promote your own channel and things and your Discord whenever you like in here. I was struggling a bit, it was late at night and it was baffling me, so and they said they'd help me with it, so that's so I just put them up to same level as me and give them same roles as I have, but the card built me off my own Discord. I made sure of that I know of. That's why there's only a few Road Warriors members of it for now. And I did something last night that I've never managed to do before in all the time I've had the game and tried it. I actually managed to do a lap that was actually qualified for a time without being disqualified for cutting the track, so I'll have to slowly learn race room as I go. Yeah, I hope it does grow, and it's good that like actually have people involved like yourself that actually roughly know how things work, because I'm not exactly the cleverest person, I'll admit that, and it does take me a while to get these savvy things going. So, and my channel wouldn't be today, or it is, without you, Oddball, would it? So, I'm forever thankful for you for that thing, so I think with staying small you get more of a thriving community rather than having a lot of people that are just members and don't do anything and things. So to, was it? Oh, I'm trying to think what job I did. ATS the other day. Well, it took me, did it over 2 days, and it took me 3 light sessions at actually doing it. Did get it completed. One that was just over 4,500 miling it on the big map for ATS. I went from Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, down to, I've forgotten the name in Mexico, but it's quite near something Jesus. Like that, it's quite near there where I dropped off. Yeah, no problem, oddball. I think when I drop this load up, I'll be taking a short break for a drink as well, but still got 300 and something miles to go on it. Trying to think of things to say, but a bit lost for words at the moment, so you'll have to bear with me. I'm just trying to work out is how much I'll need to set a 3-port garage up. So I'll need 180 to buy it, then about up to 135 for the chuck, so that's 300, 390, 405. So on to about 600,000 euros or so to set a 3-port garage up. And sorry, I'm thinking out loud there. Right, but certainly approximately the first 100,000 euros I get will leave me some light expenses for tolls and ferries and maintenance. You're paying the loan off. I'll need to earn about approximately another 100,000, then I'll take the big loan out, and then I can start then growing the company a little bit. To buy the first garage and employed drivers in it. So I'm gonna have to ease back a little bit now and to try and get in behind this container carrier, and the AI behind has let me through, which is jolly nice of them again. Yeah. So it says there our journey will take about 8 hours 20 minutes, and we have just over 7 hours driving time left, so I will probably need to take another compulsory break here.
Exit right.
So, well, it's 5:05 in the game, and it's starting to become light now, so short while we'll be back doing some daylight driving. Here. I can give a brief rundown of the changes that's coming into ATS. The 1.36 open beta has just released for that, and as far as I'm aware at time of this, they haven't done the open beta yet for ETS2, so some of these things will be relevant to both games, some are just ATS specific. So in the up and coming versions, when they are released, they will be going to DirectX 11 only support. So if you've got a machine that isn't capable of running DirectX 11, you then have to switch over to either stay on the 1.35 or switch over to the OpenGL format, So with that there, I've rebuilt at least 2 cities in ATS. I've altered some road signs and things in some of the states as well again, and like that. There's some new trailers coming available, obviously with new loads on them. There's a grain tanker, a food tanker, and so a grain wagon that's coming in. There's what's known as a frac tank, but that will not be ownable, which used like for transporting water or getting wastewater and things around there. And so a few new cargoes being added, and so they are putting some sites in that are marked international, but they are not marked on a map yet. So that could make maybe a sign that the internationals coming into the games may be imminent, but don't quote me on that one. And the choose during the ATS 1.36 open beta. Please bear plenty of warnings about this other streamers, and it is in the description and changelog on the SCS site as well, that if you've used a profile on 1.36, because of the changes that they're making to certain elements in the game and say formats and things, you will not then be able to use that profile on 1.35 if you need to revert back. So some of them points will become the same in ETS2, but obviously not all of them. About the DX11 bit will and things. So just a brief update, and it's been announced today that if you own Vive la France, they're doing like expanding that a little bit and giving you Corsica as well with that DLC. So that'll expand Vive la France a little bit more, much the same way as when they released Sardinia with 1.35. I believe that was released with, if you own the Italian DLC, you got that little bit for free as well. So, but you need to get Corsica, you'll need to own Vive la France as well. And that is about the only news I have about the games for now, but I will not be featuring the 1.36 open beta because I like to wait till they are actually released to full versions, when most of the bugs and things should be ironed out. And watching I think Full Tilt FTG earlier video, he's put up about the open beta, and he thinks, and a few others saying about it forums, that update will be released, and then within a couple of weeks, when they've ironed out some more bugs, when it goes full release, then they'll be releasing the new map DLCs for the game. Good evening, Mike, and how are you this evening?
Exit now.
Yeah, welcome back, Gaming Guitar Guy.
Right.
And in chat there's Oddball as well, so
Turn right.
so if you want more information about the 1.36 open beta update, Wombat's done a video on it, and Full Tilt as FTG, as well as there may be some SES videos about, but I learnt about the Corsica bit from a YouTube video that SCS has actually put up, a short one saying about that. So I can just call you gaming or guitar, that'll be easier. So feel free to chat amongst yourselves and check each other's channels out as you see fit there. And if you like what you're seeing, please share this stream out on your social media in whatever formats you use and things, and leave a like if you like, and subscribe if you'd like more videos or live streams, and
Go
to get
straight on.
notified when I do them is if you ring the bell, and then you should get alerted. And in the description there's a link to the Road Warriors VTC, which I am driving for, and also there's a link to our newly set up Discord as well. So that's it. So Oddball, when you get fit, will you be trying one of these Renault trucks, or will you be in the squirrel camp and absolutely hate Renaults? Joe, I haven't seen what he's said about these yet, so because I don't tend to bother much with these videos now. So, at the moment we left Hamburg, where we dropped off the previous job, and we now have a long reach forklift type of platform vehicle on the back, which I'll try and briefly do what we're carrying. And currently heading over to just outside Gdansk, Poland. Yeah, it's what it looks like, and that's it's part of Jazzy Cat's trailer and cargo pack. Mainly this load, so carry like a railway type of vehicle that looked like a bit like a cable car, but it could have been done for laying the wires overhead. And then load after that was a railway vehicle that looked like it was half of a DMU. More than enough, Oddball. I have got, told you, 615 litres left, and I think the fuel capacity, this being the extra tank, is around 1475 litres, so I have more than enough for now. And I haven't filled up since I got the truck, and I've done 1400 miles. Hey up, Bloodwolf, how are you doing this evening? Right. Oh. I didn't see what you put there, Mike, so you might have been insulting me, you might not. But you'll be having a nice relaxing weekend off, are you? Are you still gonna study a little bit when you when you're off. Alright. Right. I'm nowhere near that. I think I have 50, or I had when I checked earlier on. So.
Get ready to turn left.
I'm trying to improve driving a little bit on 8cam, but anybody who's tried driving it will know actually how difficult it can
Turn
be
left.
sometimes, so. Right. 6 days till you can jump in a car and learn how to drive legally. I wish I was 17 again. Yeah, it can be. So can 5cam when you try driving forward on it. Right, so we're approaching a level crossing now. It's just changed, so if you've seen what I did in previous video or stream, to drive properly, tend to slow down and come over them gently so it doesn't rattle the load too much, and if you go too fast over them actually it can bounce your truck all over, you can flip or end up in a barrier or grass verge, or we've come across them too hard. So it's just like in real life, in a car you wouldn't drive across them flat out.
Get ready to turn left.
Yeah, cheers Blood Wolf for that. Your help is appreciated, so.
Turn left.
For this. So. Yeah, you're on about fuel before, Oddball. I have plenty for now. Yeah, get used to these fuel gauges. The inner one, the white, is your fuel level. The blue light, and they add blue, what you have in. So. As I come across new mods or mods I've tried before, I will put them into this profile and try them out, and then if I recommend them, a little bit first, then I'll put the links to the mods in, so you sort of know they're being tested a bit as well. Now, yeah, well, you know what some mods are like. Cause game crashes and weird reactions with other mods that you've got in working fine, so. Yeah, no problem, Oddball, and cheers for dropping by and sharing some more of your valuable insight with me. So I'll catch you another day. You take care and take it easy, and don't go causing any more strain on them bad arms and elbow and wrist and things that we still have. So, and when I've dropped this job off, I'll be calling that a night. So I've still got just over 100 miles left, but when the job's finished, that'll be about the end of the stream tonight. So, and then I'll either record the next few jobs or stream them. I just haven't got any sort of schedule or plan at all yet. But I try to do a variety of loads as well as you've seen up to now. So well, Take It Easy is a good song by the Eagles, by the way, but you probably heard it before. Oh. Well, look it up on Spotify or whatever you use, or YouTube. The Eagles Take It Easy. Good piece of music that, but then again you might not like the style that the Eagles play. Oh no, I won't play it for you because I don't want doing for copyright. Either. So just taking it steady now. Yeah, got 2 hours 22 estimated delivery, and we have 1:47 driving time left. So I'm a little bit earlier than what I'd like to rest, so I'll take it a bit further down the road and hopefully we come across another one. If not, you might say what happens when you drive past driving time on this as well. So the next part of this series may be a video or maybe another live stream. It's just depends what I feel like when I come to doing it.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
I think so. So it's same procedure as the tolls in France that we come across before. Well, there's no pass-through lanes on these, so you will have to stop over the symbol and press enter, and the fee gets deducted from your bank balance because we are now on our own truck, so we have it all to pay for. things.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
And it has just started to rain, so to put the swipers on in a minute so we can see what we're doing. Right here. And I'm practicing using the retarder properly as well, so you'll see me learning to do that in this profile and probably having some epic fails with it as well. So yeah, just rundown of what actually a retarder does. It uses basically, I think they use compression to force the cylinders back down when they're near top dead centre, and therefore restricting the available power in the engine. Engine brake or jake brake is another method of using what's in the engine, but they're something to do with turbos and the exhaust valve, so that's why a retarder is a lot quieter than an engine brake, because a jake brake, I've forgotten whether they open or close the exhaust valves, but it's something like that. So you look these things up for yourselves, because basically an accelerator on diesel vehicle actually it force more fuel and air through, so they do actually work slightly different to a petrol engine, which uses injectors or in the old cases carburetors to do the fuel mixes. That's probably bored you to death, and well, brief explanation of it. So I've seen before, it's got to just after 12 PM in the game, and we've paid yet another loan payment off, so just going to go now is take a compulsory 9-hour rest in game time. So, usual procedure there, we're done. And hopefully stop raining now, which it has, and we're a bit of a nice sunset here. Coming to. Now complete the last bit of the journey, so it's estimating we're going to get there in just over an hour, so see if that's that is well within our job delivery time there. So just a cruise control, so it goes around 50 miles an hour, and we'll get this job in and dropped off fairly soon. And none of the tools up to now have a pass-through lane on them, so you do have to stop at the tolls in Poland. It's a slightly different procedure if you come across any tolls on the special transports, then a reserve lane or something does open up so you can actually take your load through without stopping, but that happens in Italy, so and as we get towards the end of this profile I may do some special transports in the quick job, so because this truck is not really quick capable to do them, so I prefer to do them on a larger chassis than a 4x2, so but that's my personal preference. So I'm going to be dropping off just outside Gdansk.
Exit right.
Beginning of this job. So now I'm going to try not to embarrass myself by breaking the barriers or flipping. Here, so you just take them nice and gentle up and
turn left.
up, but I'll give you a tip, they're easier to go up than what they are to come down. So we're getting quite well on to getting the Euro drop off now. We haven't got that far to go.
Go straight on.
For that. Well, as for refueling the truck, I tend to wait till the light comes on or near it, but you can refuel any time that you'd like to. So, no, some people do it after every job and do it when it gets half full and stuff like that, but if you're on a 4x2 chassis and the light does come on, that normally still gives you a couple of 100 miles or kilometres range, because on some of the small tanks, when the light comes on, you have a lot less gallons left than
get ready to turn left.
Than on a bigger chassis when that light comes on. But if you play it, you'll get to know.
Turn left.
See, so just gonna drop off at the farm here. Shall be, I think, Euro Acres. Yeah, just playing it default.
This is where it ends.
So usual procedure, and just drop this off and see how we did. Here. So I'll skill point in there. How you apply skill points is totally up to yourselves as you earn them, but you probably all played the game enough anyway. Right, so it's here, so let's look here at the job. So I could possibly be going to Bratislava or somewhere like that next, because that's quite a challenging load. It's long and wide, things like that, but I'll decide that in the next video. So it remains me to say thank you for watching. Please like this stream, share it out. So it's come to an end now, and if you leave a comment when it becomes a video, I shall try and answer them. Or if you'd like to know anything about the games in general or trucks, if I know it, I'll try and answer it. If not, I will look it up and explain it here as well. So say 10-10 for now. Stay safe on them roads and don't have too many accidents. Goodbye.